If you thought Hollywood drama peaked with slap scandals, cheating exposes, and billion-dollar divorces, think again, because Katt Williams just dropped a story so insane, so unhinged, so galaxy-level, outrageous, that even the Illuminati would file a complaint for defamation. According to Katt's latest I Insane rant, Jamie Foxx wasn't just hospitalized. He was cloned. Yes? Cloned as in lab coat scientists, glowing blue lights, top-secret hallways, and a Jamie Foxx 2.0 walking around like it's firmware update day. And the wildest part, Katt didn't whisper it. He didn't hint it. He leaked it with the confidence of a man who believes Area 51 invited him for brunch. Hollywood didn't just panic. They collectively short-circuited. Agents unplugged phones. Publicists started sweating. Directors screamed, "Cut the cameras." TMZ ordered extra caffeine. The Kardashians paused their filming. Even Disney probably called a meeting because if Katt's clone operation story is even 1% true or even 100% fictional but delivered with his energy, it would be the biggest Hollywood twist since they told us the moon landing wasn't filmed on TikTok. Stay right where you are. Because what Katt just claimed makes every other scandal look like kindergarten nap time. From the moment Katt Williams opened his mouth, the atmosphere shifted, like someone dimmed the lights in Hollywood and whispered, "Brace yourselves." Katt doesn't speak softly. Katt doesn't speak carefully. Katt speaks like a man who's been storing secrets in his afro since 2004 and finally snapped the lid open. And when he sat down and started talking about Jamie Foxx's hospitalization, the room froze. Not because Jamie's health is a joke, it's not, but because the way Katt described it sounded less like a medical emergency and more like the plot of a science fiction movie directed by someone who never passed a biology class. According to Katt, Jamie didn't just recover. Jamie didn't rest. Jamie didn't heal. Jamie was replaced, upgraded, swapped out, copied like a PDF. Katt said it with that calm, suspicious confidence, the kind that makes you ask yourself, does he know something or is he inventing it live on camera? Either way, people listened. Because when Katt Williams talks, the world leans in like he's preaching at a conspiracy church. Before anyone could breathe, Katt claimed Jamie's hospital stay involved a lab, not a room, not a ward, a lab. You know, the kind with beeping machines, tubes glowing in neon colors. Scientists who look like they haven't seen sunlight since Blockbuster was open. Katt said Jamie was hooked up to something he described as government energy. What does that mean? Nobody knows. But it sounded dramatic enough to trend. And then came the bombshell. Katt insisted Jamie wasn't alone at that hospital. He said Hollywood elites were pacing the hallways like villains waiting for a villain update. He talked about men in suits, women in sunglasses, doctors who didn't introduce themselves, nurses who moved like background characters in a spy film. The way Katt described it, the hospital wasn't treating Jamie. It was studying him. The internet took that claim and sprinted with it. Suddenly, everyone online was a clone expert. People started posting screenshots of Jamie Foxx pre-hospitalization versus post-hospitalization, like they were comparing different iPhone models. Jamie Foxx 1 versus Jamie Foxx 2, old Jamie versus reboot Jamie. Fans circled his cheeks, his jawline, his smile, his walking pattern as if cloning technology has a glitch where it can't replicate dimples perfectly. Meanwhile, Hollywood acted weird, and that didn't help. When Jamie first went silent, celebrities were vague. Too vague. Statements were floating around that sounded like they were written by publicists under duress. He's recovering, he's resting, we appreciate the privacy. That kind of vague apology energy people use when they're definitely hiding something, even if the actual secret is just a bad haircut. Then Jamie appeared again, healthy, smiling, grateful, and instead of celebrating, the internet whispered, you would think the world would be happy. But no. Conspiracy TikTok took one look and said, something's off. And who fanned the flames? Katt Williams, of course, fanning like the gossip was oxygen. According to Katt. Jamie didn't look different because of recovery. Katt said Jamie looked different because they added features. Like Jamie was a Hollywood Tesla getting a cosmetic update. Katt went into theatrical detail about facial smoothing, memory syncing, and identity patching. Like he was describing an app update instead of a human being. And people believed him, not because it made sense, but because Katt said it with absolute conviction. But what made the story explode wasn't the claim itself. It was the timing. Jamie had just returned, moving quietly, speaking humbly, avoiding drama. Then boom, Katt drops the clone bomb like he's auditioning for a new season of Stranger Things. And the internet, already trained to believe anything with a dramatic twist, latched on like Velcro. Within hours, theories began sprouting worldwide. Some said Jamie was replaced by a government clone designed to keep Hollywood secrets safe. Others said he was replaced by a studio clone designed to finish movies on schedule. A small but very passionate group said Jamie was replaced by a musical clone who hits higher notes. TikTok creators started stitching videos with eerie soundtracks and slowing down Jamie's interviews to prove glitches. It's the wildest part. Nobody could decide if Katt was trolling, telling a story, or confessing a truth only he had access to. Because Katt has that unique skill. He can mix real pain, real humor, and real chaos into a cocktail so messy that nobody knows if they're laughing, worried, or taking notes. Katt also claimed this wasn't the first Hollywood clone. Oh no, according to him, Hollywood had been cloning and swapping people long before Jamie. He hinted about actors who came back to perfect and singers who return with a new voice out of nowhere. He mentioned comedians who don't sound like themselves anymore and directors who suddenly change their whole personality. Katt listed names without listing names. The most powerful conspiracy technique in the game. And here's what really added gasoline. Katt said Hollywood panicked the moment he spoke. He claimed phone calls were made, emails were deleted, meetings were held with high-ranking people asking how to silence him. Katt said they tried bribes, threats, intimidation, and psychological tricks, but none of it worked because, in his words, "I'm not scared of clones. I've performed for worse crowds." So the fallout hit Hollywood immediately. Shows started tiptoeing around Jamie Foxx's name. Studio execs acted like they were allergic to questions. Even celebrities who normally love attention suddenly turned to stone whenever someone asked about Jamie's hospitalization. All the secrecy made Katt's story spread even faster. Fans started creating timelines, tracking every detail of Jamie's life from before the hospitalization, during the disappearance, and after the comeback. They compared hand shapes, earlobes, smile, angles, even blinking rates, like they were auditioning to join. NASA memes surfaced, showing Jamie Foxx V1 and Jamie Foxx V2, each with different stats, like a video game character sheet. Hollywood's silence only made it worse, because silence is suspicious. And suspicious is fuel. And fuel is exactly what Katt Williams thrives on. The more people doubted him, the more confident he became. The more confident he became, the louder the internet got. The louder the internet got, the more Hollywood panicked. And the cycle continued like a roller coaster run by mad scientists. By the end of that first leak, one thing became clear: whether Katt was telling the truth, exaggerating, joking, trolling, or mixing all four together, the world was hooked. The clone narrative wasn't a scandal anymore, it was an event. And Hollywood had no idea that the second wave of chaos was about to hit harder and stranger the moment Katt Williams' clone operation claim hit the internet. Hollywood didn't just panic, it malfunctioned, like a computer overheating after running too many tabs. Studio executives froze. Publicists screamed into pillows. Celebrity handlers canceled interviews faster than you can say Jamie Foxx 2.0. The entire entertainment industry suddenly looked like a group project, where everyone realized they forgot the deadline. Meanwhile, social media ignited like a meteor striking the earth. Hashtags like #JamieClone, #CattKnows, and hashtag Fox 2.0 shot into trending territory within minutes. People didn't want context. They wanted chaos. They wanted drama. They wanted Katt Williams narrating Hollywood conspiracies like he was reading bedtime stories to the Illuminati. TikTok became a breeding ground for fresh madness. Creators with LED lights and dramatic voices started posting evidence in 3-minute clips. Some slowed down Jamie's recent videos to freeze on moments they claimed were clone glitches. Others compared his facial expressions frame by frame as if they were dissecting alien footage. One TikToker with millions of views declared the ears. The ears don't match, even though the lighting in both photos was clearly different. Facts were optional. Drama was mandatory. Twitter took the conspiracy and treated it like the Super Bowl. Memes poured in showing two Jamie Foxxes standing next to each other like choose your fighter in Mortal Kombat. Someone photoshopped Katt Williams holding a remote labeled clone settings. Another posted a movie poster mock-up titled Jamie Foxx Rebooted. The creativity was incredible. The accuracy, not even close. But accuracy wasn't the point. Entertainment wasn't the point. Entertainment was. YouTube commentators hopped in instantly. Reaction channels began making 20-minute breakdowns with titles like Katt Williams wasn't lying. The Hollywood clone theory explained, and 10 signs Jamie Foxx might be a synthetic upgrade. They zoomed in on every blink, every breath, every shadow. Some even played mysterious music in the background for dramatic effect. The entire internet was basically playing detective with zero training and maximum audacity. But what really poured gasoline onto the fire were the celebrity reactions, because celebrities never learn how to ignore things that don't concern them. Instead, they comment, shade, joke, or panic. Publicly. Kevin Hart posted a confused emoji. That alone sent millions into a spiral, wondering if he knew something. Tiffany Haddish laughed hysterically during a live, saying, "If Jamie got cloned, I want one too." That created another storm because people misinterpreted it as confirmation. Snoop Dogg reposted a meme of two Jamie Foxxes playing ping pong, and fans swore it was a coded message. Drake stayed silent, which made fans even more suspicious. Silence is the new conspiracy fuel. Meanwhile, Jamie Foxx's closest friends started walking on eggshells. Every time a reporter asked about Jamie's health, celebrities responded with vague statements like, "He's good," or "He's moving around." The vagueness caused more panic than clarity. One journalist tweeted, "Why are they acting like he's a classified government project?" That tweet alone hit 1 million likes in hours. Hollywood insiders also started dropping cryptic statements. One anonymous producer claimed, "There's a lot you don't know." Another insider whispered to a gossip blog, "Not everything you saw was real." Blogs posted these quotes with dramatic headlines like "The truth behind Jamie Foxx's recovery." Public rationality died immediately. And then came the funniest twist. People online started spotting two Jamies everywhere. Every man wearing sunglasses and a hat suddenly became a suspect. Someone even filmed a random dude on a scooter and claimed it was clone Fox doing recon. A poor man in Chicago couldn't walk into a grocery store without someone filming him from behind, yelling, "Jamie." But while the world was spiraling into conspiracy madness, Hollywood was quietly freaking out for a completely different reason. It wasn't the clone claim that terrified them. It was the impact Katt's words had on their image. Hollywood thrives on mystique, illusion, and curated fantasy. Once you introduce the idea that they're cloning celebrities like luxury handbags, everything becomes a joke. Their authority gets dragged. Their seriousness becomes a meme. Their power shrinks under the weight of people yelling, "Clone." Every time a celebrity gets a haircut, executives immediately held emergency meetings. Lawyers reviewed statements. PR teams polished Jamie as fine messages. Studio insiders debated whether addressing the rumor directly would make it worse. The last thing they wanted was to give fuel to conspiracy culture. Hollywood is allergic to chaos it cannot control. One insider even suggested banning Katt Williams from studio interviews. But that idea died instantly because everyone knew banning Katt would only make him louder. Katt Williams' band is Katt Williams Unleashed. The last time he got silenced, he turned into a viral hurricane for 6 months straight. But the panic wasn't contained to boardrooms. Actors started joking nervously on set about being the next clone. Makeup artists complained about actors asking if their new look might cause clone rumors. Directors overheard extras whispering about backup versions. Hollywood, a place already drowning in bizarre behavior, suddenly became even stranger. Then came the YouTube scientists, the people who claimed to understand quantum physics because they watched a 3-minute video. They made videos explaining how cloning technically could be happening. 1. Even brought out a whiteboard and drew stick figures labeled Jamie Original and Jamie Copy. Theories made 0 sense, but millions of views. By now, the conspiracy had grown so much that even people who didn't believe it were enjoying it. It became entertainment at entertainment's expense. Late-night shows started making jokes. Podcasts discussed it for hours. Even TikTok astrologers claimed to see clone energy in Jamie's birth chart. But the climax of the chaos came when Katt Williams doubled down. Not with new evidence, but with more confidence. In a podcast clip, he said, "Hollywood doesn't like when I tell the truth. They want the quiet version of the truth." That quote alone created a tsunami. People interpreted it however they wanted. Some took it literally. Some took it as satire. Some took it as prophecy. Hollywood couldn't win. If they stayed quiet, they looked guilty. If they spoke up, they looked guilty and scared. And if they joked about it, the internet said, that's exactly what a clone handler would do. The clone theory had reached critical mass. It didn't matter whether it was real, fake, satire, or confusion. It became bigger than the truth. It became a cultural event, the kind of viral storyline that jumps beyond the internet and infects real conversations, real interviews, and real reputations. By the time the dust settled, one truth became painfully clear. Even if Jamie Foxx wasn't cloned, Hollywood was definitely losing its mind. And the final fallout, the long-term consequences, the reputational damage, that was still to come, because once a conspiracy reaches this level, the aftermath lasts forever. When the conspiracy dust finally began to settle, Hollywood wasn't relieved, it was rattled. Not because cloning was real, but because the rumor itself had spiraled bigger than anything the industry had ever seen. In a world where celebrities control their images with iron fists, the idea that one of them could secretly be a lab-grown version 2.0 was a nightmare they never saw coming. The internet had turned their polished, carefully baked reputation into a buffet of jokes, theories, and memes that would live on for years. The first blow was the public's new attitude. Suddenly, everything Hollywood said sounded suspicious. Every vague statement was clone code. Every script delay was testing the replacement. Every new movie poster featuring Jamie Foxx had comments like, "Is this the original or the remix?" The entertainment world had lost control of the narrative. And once the internet owns a joke, nobody gets it back. Jamie Foxx himself tried to move forward gracefully. He posted warm messages, gave humble speeches, and thanked everyone for their support. But even those moments turned into conspiracy fuel. People slowed down his speeches, analyzed his smiles, and claimed his energy signature was different. One fan even made a viral TikTok saying Jamie's aura color had changed, as if a fictional clone upgrade came with a free spiritual software patch. Meanwhile, Katt Williams watched the entire circus unfold, like a man who had accidentally knocked over a candle and set the whole building ablaze. He didn't apologize. He didn't retract. He didn't clarify. In true Katt fashion, he simply leaned back and let the world burn. Whenever he addressed the rumor, he did it with a smirk, that dangerous smirk he always gives before he drops another bomb. He knew his words had taken on a life of their own. The entertainment industry began scrambling for stability. Public relations teams worked overtime crafting statements that said absolutely nothing, hoping the silence would help the noise fade. Actors started joking less about the rumor because every joke became proof. Talk show hosts banned the topic from scripts. Directors told their teams nitrogen monoxide clone jokes on set. Even studios debated whether it was safe to cast Jamie in big roles again, not because of fear, but because audiences might erupt into laughter during emotional scenes. Behind closed doors, Hollywood started whispering, not about clones, but about the terrifying reality that any actor could become the center of a global rumor at any time. If Jamie, one of the most respected, beloved, and talented men in the industry, could get hit with a clone operation conspiracy, nobody was safe. PR experts called it the era of narrative warfare, where one celebrity's downtime could spawn an entire alternate universe. And then came the long-term damage. Memes. So many memes. Memes that would outlive the scandal. Memes that would pop up every time Jamie posted anything. Memes that would follow him into interviews for the rest of his life. A key example was the Jamie Foxx reboot edit that became a permanent internet classic. Every time Jamie got a new haircut or released new music, someone would repost it with the caption, "Patch 3.0 installed." It didn't matter what actually happened. The clone narrative became his digital shadow, not destructive, but impossible to shake off for Hollywood. The situation exposed a deeper fear, the power of personalities like Katt Williams. Katt wasn't a studio puppet. He wasn't controlled. He wasn't filtered. He wasn't tied to brands that could silence him. Katt was a rogue comedian with a microphone, a memory full of secrets, and a fan base ready to believe anything he framed dramatically. Hollywood doesn't fear scandals. Scandals can be managed. Hollywood fears unpredictability as weeks went by. TMZ tried to calm the storm by posting positive videos of Jamie. But even TMZ commenters were like, "That's Clone B, bro." Entertainment Weekly posted a heartfelt article about his recovery. And the top comment read, "Nice writing. But this is clearly the upgraded model." You couldn't fight comedy with sincerity. It was impossible. The aftermath even affected other celebrities in bizarre ways. Anytime someone returned from a long break, the internet asked clone or nah. Beyoncé dropped a new hairstyle, clone jokes. Eminem blinked, too slowly, clone jokes. Vin Diesel posted a workout photo, clone jokes. Cloning had become the new Illuminati meme, but more chaotic and way funnier. Hollywood hated it. The internet loved it. And Katt Williams, he thrived in it. Eventually, talk shows started normalizing the rumor by laughing at it. Comedy sketches were made. Parody videos exploded. Animators created entire short films of Jamie fighting his clone twin. The scandal evolved into a cultural moment, one so big that it almost didn't matter whether anyone believed it. The entertainment value was the real star. And Jamie Foxx himself. He handled it with class. He avoided fueling the chaos. He showed grace, humor, and humility. And slowly the conversation shifted back to celebrating his recovery and talent. But the clone narrative never fully died. It simply became an inside joke. The entire internet shares forever. As for Katt Williams, he proved something Hollywood has avoided admitting for years. A single comedian with a bold story can shake the entire entertainment industry harder than a blockbuster flop. And that's the real twist. The clone rumor wasn't about science. It wasn't about government labs. It wasn't about DNA or androids or hospital conspiracies. It was about power. The power to create a narrative so outrageous, so viral, so unstoppable that Hollywood's carefully manufactured image cracked under the pressure, and the last sentence Katt ever said about it, "I never said he was cloned. I just said y'all should ask better questions." With that, he walked off, leaving the rumor alive, leaving Hollywood nervous, and leaving the world waiting for his next explosion. Because in the Expose Express universe, truth is optional, chaos is tradition. And the next scandal is already loading. And if you made it all the way to the end of this Hollywood meltdown, Then congratulations, you officially survived one of the wildest conspiracy parodies the internet has ever cooked up. Because, let's be honest, this entire clone operation circus wasn't just a rumor. It was a cultural event, a digital earthquake, a fictional fever dream that spread faster than a Marvel spoiler on opening night. But before you run off to rewatch, Jamie Foxx interviews in slow motion like a discount FBI agent? Do me one favor, smash that like button like it owes you clone royalties. Hit it like Katt Williams hits a punchline. Hit it like Hollywood hits the panic button every time he opens his mouth. Make sure you subscribe to and don't just tap it. Body slam that subscribe button like you're stopping the next government-approved lookalike from escaping the lab. Turn on notifications so hard your phone thinks it's entering witness protection. This channel is where rumors get roasted, scandals get stretched, and celebrities get accidentally replaced by memes. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think about this fictional madness. Are you Team Katt is chaos? Team Jamie is fine? Or Team I'm only here for the entertainment? Because, honestly, this internet saga didn't need facts. It needed popcorn. And remember, in the Expose Express universe, we don't just report drama. We supercharge it, remix it, exaggerate it, and serve it hotter than the spotlights Hollywood hides under when things get messy. Stay tuned, stay entertained, and always remember, in this world, narratives glitch. Long before clones do.